back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Deep Impact Podcast. I am your host this evening, Bo Walker, and I'm joined by the fabulous four, the best foursome that I've ever been with.
Sorry, Kyle.
Shots fired.
Hey, you said it.
Mark. All right, so back with another episode without our mothers this time. So what are we drinking?
A Team Mama Walker train. I got wine. I got strawberry wine.
Oh, great song, James.
It's delicious. It's better than the song.
I got a Blake's hard cider triple jam. Oh, that's good.
I am channeling my inner Jason Cephas today. A little jug of water.
Me too.
That's
but
straight tequila, isn't it?
No.
And Jason?
I already said H2O.
Oh, I didn't even hear you.
Yeah.
All right, so
everyone should know at this point. So
yeah. So this week we're gonna get back to our roots. We're going to finish up the episode with a draft. But before that, we got some hockey with the Wheeling Nailers we're going to talk about, and then NFL schedules, a little bit of Fashion Week, and then that'll lead right into our draft. So, Mr. Cephas, would you like to start us off with some hockey talk?
yeah, I will. So right now, as we're recording this on Wednesday and not Thursday, simply because tomorrow night I don't want to say most likely, but there's a solid chance that tomorrow night will be the Nailers' last game of the season. I hope not, but they lost last night to the Toledo Walleye, going down in the series 3-0. So they are on the verge of being swept, which isn't fun. But coming from me, who is a diehard Nailers fan, I will live by this team and die by this team. It is what it is. Honestly, you beat Fort Wayne. No one expected that. I didn't expect that. And games 1 and 2 were rough in Toledo, but last night you didn't get embarrassed in your home building. You didn't quit, and at the end of the day, that's really all I can ask for. Obviously, people are going to want more, but realistically, Toledo won first place in the regular season for a reason. They're a good team with a lot of experience, a lot more than Fort Wayne. And as we talked about, Fort Wayne won everything last year. They won the cup last year. So Toledo has more experience than even them. So it's disappointing, but I think in the long run, not trying to look forward, not trying to fast forward, but I think the future is looking pretty dang nice in little old Wheeling, West Virginia. So
yeah, we the three of us, except for James, attended the game last night, and I was going to say it was.
You were there?
Yeah, I was there. Thank you, by the way, for that free ticket.
Oh, you're welcome, but you weren't there last night.
The game was Tuesday night.
I really thought Ramsey went last night, but that was the first game in Fort Wayne. So strike that, reverse it. You're welcome for the free ticket, buddy.
Yeah, and you're welcome for free beer from last night too.
Yeah, speaking to that beer,
that jug of quote unquote water is hitting you real hard, isn't it, Mark?
Bo bought that Bud Light next, and that was fantastic. Like, I'm about to go dump the McUltra out in my fridge and just go buy Bud Light next.
Why? What is Bud Light next?
It's like zero carb beer. It's like light Bud Light, but it was wonderful. It was.
It's only 4% alcohol.
Yeah, it's only.
Regular's only 4.2. So
yeah, that's what McUltra's only 4.2 anyhow.
Natty and Bud Light,
I think,
really
good. It was like Bo said it right. It was like an IPA flavor. It was like an IPA flavored LaCroix.
That sounds like the worst things that I've ever eaten.
No,
I would debate taking a bite of a cheeseburger over.
James, I'm not going to lie to you. Before we get back to the hockey, I'm just going to say it smelled like a yeast infection, but it tasted better.
First off, that was
IPAs I would rather drink black coffee than an IPA. And LaCroix is just as bad.
There is only one way to drink coffee.
James, you haven't named anything so far that isn't delicious. Black coffee is delicious. IPAs are delicious, and cheeseburgers are delicious.
Yeah, no, thank you. No.
I would blend all of those together and then still drink them.
Go do it right now.
Congratulations. Go do it.
I don't have a cheeseburger. I do have black coffee and an IPA, but I don't have a cheeseburger.
All right, Jason, when Mark's puking up his guts tonight, you have us to thank for it.
Yeah, and please record it and send it to us, and we're putting this online.
Okay.
So anyhow, back to the hockey. We went to the game last night, and I don't want to say that they did not play very well in the first period and half of the second period, but they didn't play good in the first period or the first half of the second period.
No, but I mean, yeah, they didn't play their best, but I've said this for years about Toledo. They are a borderline perfect hockey team. Like, they do not make a ton of mistakes, and when they do, they recover so quick that it looks like they didn't even make one.
Yes.
Like, very few times do they give up, an odd man rush or, bad passes. Like,
yeah, there weren't a lot of bad passes that I could see last night.
No,
the Nailers had quite a few. They had one that was a bad pass that turned around and turned into a goal. The guy tried to pass it ahead and bounced it off of a guy from Toledo's leg, and then proceeded to go up and score.
I've seen. Okay, yeah, that's.
It was kind of funny.
Whose farm system are they a part of?
Detroit.
Okay.
Which, Jason and I talked about this last night. Judging off the colors, the gold, the blue, white, light blue, whatever. I was thinking it was. I thought it was the Sabres. I either said the Sabres or the Predators. But I would not have thought Detroit. But now that after Jason and I talked about it, it makes complete sense. They can basically see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would think Kalamazoo, but I don't know how far away Kalamazoo is from Detroit.
Very few franchises make sense.
But that one is the one that makes sense.
Toledo sort of makes sense.
I mean, Wheeling and Pittsburgh
makes
too.
sense.
Yeah.
Isn't Indy Columbus's?
No, Indy is Chicago.
That makes sense.
But that's not terrible. Fort Wayne is Vegas's, so
that makes no sense at all.
It doesn't make sense. Who's Columbus's affiliate?
Kalamazoo, ironically enough.
I know Kansas City's affiliate is Calgary.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, probably make no sense.
Yeah,
but no,
Reading.
Yeah,
Reading makes sense.
Yeah, Reading's Philadelphia.
Philly.
They played the second half. Like, me personally, I know that they'd never started that goalie that they brought in after they benched the starter. What was his name? Weeks.
Weeks came in after Guindon was shut down. In Guindon's defense, the dude has played lights out, for at least the whole first round. And I mean, the dude's tired. He let 15 goals in the last 3 games. I mean, it was time to set him. And if I'm Wheeling, truthfully, you're not playing for anything now. I mean, you're pretty much you pretty much admit defeat almost. Now, I get a lot of teams in sports history have come back from 3 down. I don't want to say a lot, but there's been a significant amount.
Well, you got to play lights out the next game because you got to at least try and do what you can to sell tickets to the last home game.
Yeah,
if they win, if Toledo wins in Game 6, or it doesn't even get to a Game 6, at least you played all 3 of your home games. You got ticket sales, you got some morale. At least you got some good competition in there.
Even so, like, I just think this, and I said this, before the season started. It's season number 30. It's a big milestone for a small city like Wheeling. Wheeling is the smallest city in the entire ECHL. And the fact that they've been here for 30 years really says something. And I said at the beginning of this season that it needed to be a big year. They could not afford to miss the playoffs again. And here they are. And you can just tell by even looking at their social media posts and how much more engagement that there is, how many more comments and likes and shares. It's so much more than even what it was at the beginning of the season. So I think the foundation is there to build off of for the first time in a long time. They have the pieces in place. It's going to take some time, but I mean, it took 3 years for 2016's core to finally make their push. So
now I know when they were the Thunderbirds, they've won.
They didn't win the Kelly Cup, not in Wheeling.
Never won the Kelly Cup.
What are the banners hanging up there for then?
That was the division championships and the Brabham Cup, which is what Toledo won this year for winning.
It's like the President's Trophy. It's the most points.
Yeah. Okay. And they may have won before they moved, because they moved from South Carolina as the Thunderbirds, and then they came back. Yeah, here. So they might have won when they were in Carolina, but they have.
Yeah, I don't know that, but
yeah, I'm not. That's why I wasn't sure if they'd ever won here.
But yeah, and because that's the thing about this coaching staff that we have now, Derek Army, and
he's young and he wants to be here for a long time.
Well, and Derek Army was on that 2016 team that made the run all the way. Ryan Kuwabara was a part of that 1992 Wheeling Thunderbird team that also went all the way. So you have two guys that have been this close to winning it all for that city. They won it.
Yeah.
And I said it when we did our top sport moments of 2021. One of my picks was Derek Army being named head coach. And so far, it's looking pretty good. So, I mean, like I said, am I upset that they're losing and are going to most likely get swept? Yeah, obviously. I want them to win it all. But at the end of the day, I'm just kind of enjoying this ride, I never thought we'd be in this position. So,
yeah, for them to win a round, that was huge. And we just scored. Penguin just scored. But yeah, for them to win a round, that's huge. When you go from not making the playoffs for several years in a row to winning a round and beating the ex-champs, that's fantastic. And that it's all up from here at this point. I mean, you never know what the player personnel is going to be, but coaching staff wise, it's looking pretty good.
I talked about how much experience Toledo has. And, we talked about how much experience Fort Wayne had. All this is experience for this team. This is a young team still. So you got to learn how to win in the playoffs, but you got to learn how to lose in the playoffs.
Yep. So what a good pass.
You got to learn how to just flip the page and move on, even after a win. And
start cheering the Penguins back on.
Like I said, it took 2016's core to 3 years to finally break through. So I'm happy with it. Yeah. Overall, the season was a
success.
It was a
already.
Success, yeah.
Massive success. And you look at their promotions that they had too. Penguins night was big, but the one that I think is really going to make their mark is their throwback night, when they had Paul Bissonnette and all the Spit and Chicklets guys and Barstool was there. Wheeling is going to get a massive amount of exposure from those videos.
Yeah.
So you look at it from that standpoint, and coming out of the pandemic, I don't think they did a terrible job. Obviously numbers are down, but we're not like Toledo and we're going to sell out every home game, but your diehards are going to be your diehards. And that's the thing about winning, is once you start winning and you start making the playoffs, you capture some new guys along the way, and they eventually become die. So after 2016, there was a pretty big boom in the Ohio Valley for hockey players. That team did some serious numbers throughout the Valley. So who knows what this core can do. Like I said, future's looking pretty good. So we can move on now.
Okay. So we've got James brought up that the NFL schedule is being released. What you said, tomorrow on Friday the 12th?
I think so. Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, I believe so. That's what I heard on the radio, but I don't know how accurate that is.
I mean, some schedules they've released opponents.
Yeah, they've released opponents and venues.
Yeah, but
we know where every team's playing. We know who every team's playing, but we don't know when exactly. So, except they're again, because half of this podcast is made up of Steeler fans. Steelers are projected to be on the road week 1 and probably have a week 2 home opener, just because the Pirates are already scheduled to play during the week 1 game. So unless Pittsburgh would have a random, like a Monday night game or something like that, which they don't often have, they're projected to start on the road.
Yeah.
I did pull this up. I've seen it on Facebook a few times. So the top 5 teams that are traveling the most this season
I saw this too.
Are the Seahawks, the Broncos, the Jaguars, the Dolphins, and the Saints. The Seahawks will travel 29,446 miles and cross 34 time zones.
Yep.
And the Steelers don't have to leave the Eastern time zone the entire season. They will only travel 6,442 miles. And it says because they're within 300 miles of all the AFC North teams, which for those of you that don't know are the Steelers, the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Browns. They have an in-state road matchup against the Eagles, and the remaining road games will be against the Dolphins, Bills, Colts, Panthers, and Falcons.
Which I'm pretty sure of the AFC North. I'm pretty sure, or obviously the Eagles aren't in the AFC North, but I'm pretty sure that interstate trip is further away than any of the AFC North opponents, which is really funny.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just thought that was crazy. The teams that will travel the least, obviously Pittsburgh is last, just the last 5. Pittsburgh's last, and then the Lions, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bears. So the AFC North is not traveling much this year.
No, we have it easy because we have the AFC East, and we also have the NFC South. Maybe am I right? Yeah, because we're playing Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh lucked out on literally the 2 from those divisions that are the furthest away. They have them at home, and the ones that are closest they have to travel to. So this might be like one of the least, like the lowest traveling schedules that can be possible.
Yeah, it's also a good time, with with the gas prices and everything like that. But no, I did. I don't want to say that that's going to give them an advantage because we have no idea how their team's going to look. But you got to think like the wear and tear of travel. They're not going to have that this year.
It's big. It's a huge factor in games. And when you're a pro, you get over it. But it's still to act like it doesn't matter at all and doesn't ever have an effect is insanity.
Exactly. Like you're going to get tired. You're going to be on a plane, and you're not going to, it's going to make those short weeks better. If you play on Sunday and then you got a Thursday night game, it's going to make those couple of days, you're going to be able to recoup quicker because you're going to have less travel, But anything else with the NFL that we want to cover before we move on to Fashion Week?
Oh, good enough.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so Fashion Week. If you guys are watching the YouTube video, you will see behind Jason a lovely array of jerseys. So with that being said, we're going to talk about some uniforms throughout all of sports. Our draft tonight is going to be our favorite uniforms throughout all of sports. I'll even throw soccer in there. We got soccer, hockey, baseball, basketball, NFL, lacrosse, if it suits your fancy. All right. Any sport that you want to call sport. Except for this, we can't just
as long as it's a team sport and they have a uniform, so they all have to be wearing the same thing, with the exception of like a soccer goalie who has a different color.
So we're not going to include like Stone Cold Steve Austin's black trunks. No. Like we're not going to just do that. No, we're going to include actual sports teams. But before we get into our favorites, what are some of your guys' least favorites?
The Pittsburgh Steelers Bumblebee jerseys.
Not great. I probably like them because I'm a little biased.
Anything the Green Bay Packers have ever wore except their typical uniforms and the new alternates. Anything else, garbage.
Yeah, their colors kind of sucked. I think another team that's colors really kill them for any jersey they wear is the Browns. You can't match up orange and brown and not have it clash. Like it
just don't even try to match up green and yellow. Green and yellow I mean, I don't think it's a horrible color scheme together.
If done right, like your T-shirt's fine.
And brown.
Yeah, that's
and
awful.
And then they did blue and yellow, which would have been okay, but it looked ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Their alternate they had this year. I loved the all yellow helmet and the all green. I obviously it's all just rumors until it's released, but supposedly because you're allowed to change your helmet this year.
I did see that.
Yeah. I'm Green Bay. I really hope goes all out and they do an all white uniform with a white helmet and like a chrome G. I think that would be just mint.
That would be sweet.
It would be awesome.
Here we go.
Never heard that. Orange and brown right there.
Yep.
Is that a Nick Chubb jersey?
Yep, it is.
I guess that's acceptable, Jason.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite players on that team.
Yeah, probably not going to be wearing that a whole lot, so because I don't think it's going to be a fun year again. But whatever.
He'll have a good year. He will. I don't know that the team will. They
got
a lot of shit to figure out, but he'll always have a good year as long as he's healthy.
Yeah.
My wife said that she really does not like Edmonton's color scheme. And then she said, well, I guess it's also kind of like the Broncos. But I do agree. I think the Broncos have made it work.
They have.
But it looks ridiculous.
I kind of want the Broncos to – I think they would be one of the teams that I would say need an upgrade.
They do.
Yeah, they don't need an upgrade. They need a downgrade. They need to go back to the old D on the helmet with the Bronco in it. That was
I think I agree with Jason. I agree with that. Get rid of the dark blue. I'm not a fan of that dark blue.
Well, I'm saying like go backwards, get a downgrade, and go back to their old style, their old uniform.
Yeah, do what Cleveland did.
Suck for 30-some years. Sorry, Jason. I'm sorry. That was low-hanging fruit. I'm sorry, buddy.
Denver sucked for a long time, minus 2 Super Bowls, and then the scripted Super Bowl 50.
Yeah,
I've been a Browns fan my entire life. I've heard every joke in the book.
Who need the rebrand, like to come, like a complete overhaul. And when I say rebrand, I don't mean just like new uniforms. I mean new everything. Do like a Washington Commanders style thing. There's 2 teams that come to mind that need a rebrand.
The Washington Commanders.
The Washington Commanders and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's just hard with Jacksonville because Jacksonville just keeps going through crap that just keeps sucking it down in the black hole. I mean, 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh to go to the AFC Championship game, and now they've had the number 1 draft pick for the last 2 years in a row, and have gone through 3 interim coaches in the last 2 years. Another team that I would like to see get new uniforms are the Arizona Cardinals. I think their current ones they just feel really dated, and I feel like you do. Yeah. I feel like you do a lot more with them. I don't like white helmets unless really, I don't think they work unless they're very specific.
No, I do like they're all black though. I think that it makes.
But it's not really all black because they still have the white helmets, the white pants.
I know you're never gonna mess with iconic teams
like the New York Yankees.
I honest to God was gonna say them. You're never gonna mess with iconic uniforms. Like, let's be honest, the Packers are never gonna change their typical uniform.
Never, yeah, they will eventually. I mean, give it a couple decades and they'll change them.
Well, it's gonna take a lot. Dallas are really never gonna change. But again, they might have updates to stuff. I think Green Bay has added a stripe and taken a stripe and darken the green or lighten the yellow or what. Every team does little things.
But like that TikTok
Yankees are somebody I'd love to really see do something crazy. You've been the same pinstripe uniform for a billion years. Do something different.
As long as the Steinbrenner family owns the New York Yankees, they're not going to change anything.
Honestly, I think if any team in American sports would beat what I just said and never have a uniform change, I think it'd be the Yankees. I can't think of a single other team.
They are the when you think
that
when
could
you
possibly
think of,
be the exception.
I know that we're all Pirates fans here, and I know this is going to sound dumb, but when you think of baseball uniforms, I mean you're going to think of Pittsburgh Pirates first. But
no, New York Yankees.
That's what I was going to say. They're
blue pinstripe.
They're the most iconic uniform in all of sports. I would put them over the Dallas Cowboys. I would put them over the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would say they are the most iconic uniform in all of sports.
I don't love them. I think they look dumb, but they're more iconic than the Habs uniforms are to hockey, and that's hard to say. I mean, you can't say that except maybe for the Yankees.
I would agree, James. You're probably right. I think I'll agree with that ranking. I definitely agree. Yankees are number one. Yeah, I would say Montreal's probably number two.
Probably
number
close,
one in hockey. Definitely number one in hockey. I would make the argument that Dallas is probably the number one in football.
Maybe. I think you can argue more there, but they're definitely
argue a little bit. I think Dallas
guaranteed top five.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, because you got several teams that have went through updates, and so they're not the iconic uniform. I mean, Dallas's jersey really has not changed much at all. The home jersey at least. So
I mean, honestly, you got to think the Steelers really haven't changed all that much either. I mean, apart from the bumblebee, apart from the yellow top,
stylistically, yes,
went through a couple crazy phases, but I mean,
I would put the Steelers above the Cowboys.
I respectfully, I wouldn't, but they have an iconic uniform.
I think so.
Logo wise, sorry, Jason, go ahead.
My one critique for the Steelers uniforms is if they go back to the block letters, I think they would look so much better.
I mean, I think that's one of those things where it's like that doesn't really affect the layout of the uniform per se, but I know what you're saying. I would almost agree with you. I think
it's just the small little because obviously, being a Browns fan, I hate the Steelers with every bone in my body, but I still can't appreciate the Pittsburgh color scheme for obvious reasons. So I can appreciate that.
I think Pittsburgh as a city has the most recognizable color scheme. Obviously,
they can't not.
I mean, they're all black, and I think we've had this discussion before. I'm pretty sure it's the only sports city that their major sports are all the same color.
I think when they have at least or more than one team, obviously.
I want to say there's like one or two other cities that are like that.
I mean, if you could
say Washington. However,
no,
Washington
Commanders aren't. But you've got the Wizards, the Nationals, and the Capitals all have the same color scheme. But it's a super common color scheme, so it's not like they're.
No, I was gonna say you could split New York in half, and you could technically have it. You could have the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Rangers all have blue, white, and red at some point. The Yankees do have red. They were red as
Dodgers.
Did I?
Yeah,
Rangers. I meant the Rangers. I'm sorry.
Well,
the Brooklyn Nets, the New York Yankees, and the Rangers, and then the Islanders, the Mets,
the Knicks.
The Knicks.
The Nets are black and white.
Yeah,
they are now. When they were in New Jersey, they were red, white, and blue.
All right. Yep. Well, the Islanders, the Mets, and the Knicks are all the same color.
I mean. I think that's pushing it, though. I mean, I get it's a split city with its teams, but I still think that's pushing it.
Yeah,
I really think Pittsburgh's it. I mean, like I said, physically in the city of Washington, you've got, I think, in DC. I don't know where the Nationals play, but again, you
Nationals can play in DC. Nationals and I think it's the Wizards play in DC. The other ones, the Commanders play in Landover, Maryland, and whatever.
All the Capitals and the Wizards play in the same place, or no?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
maybe.
The Capitals used to play in Landover.
Oh, okay.
But they moved into downtown DC.
But yeah, so that
makes sense.
You could make that those three physically in DC are the same color scheme, but you can't make it because Washington has the Commanders and they're maroon.
That's what they represent.
Maroon, yellow, yeah.
And a piss-colored yellow.
It's maize.
Yeah, I think.
No, it's not.
there's some really cool uniforms out there, which is brings us to our next point.
Our draft.
What might that be?
We are going to draft our favorite sports uniforms. Like I already said before we had this discussion. Here we go.
Bo cheated. Bo rigged the draft.
Okay, no, listen. Just so nobody else besides Mark thinks I cheated.
Baseball league, Ramsey. He likes to make himself have the first overall draft pick.
Can I talk? And I explain
he's always the guest,
This is the first draft we've had in, 6-7 weeks? Maybe not.
We've done more without them at this point than we have with them.
Yes. So we have not had a winner or a loser from our last couple drafts since we haven't had them. So I randomized the order. I created a random list generator on Google, and I put our 4 names in, and I randomized it 4 times because there's 4 people, and it just so happened that I get first pick.
All 4 times.
No.
All 4 times.
Anyhow.
You should have said that, Bo. I mean, you should have just made that up.
Yeah. How do you know I'm not?
You didn't say before.
Okay. So same rules as before. We're going to we get 5 picks, draft order, me, Jason, James, Mark, and then reverse. Favorite sports uniforms. With the first overall pick in the best sports uniforms draft, I am taking the Pittsburgh Pirates script uniforms.
Oh, that's an amazing one. That is just an amazing jersey. I have it. That's my Brian Reynolds jersey. Yep. But it was not going to be my first pick.
I love it. I wanted to get it off the board. Jason,
I don't even know what that jersey is. So,
Jason, you're up.
Hey, so
as always, type them in the chat.
Obviously, this is a very, very big draft for me. I know I'm not going to win, but my first pick is the Wheeling Nailers dark uniform from 2002 to 2004. And for those wondering,
he's got that.
I can't show.
Oh, that's a cool jersey.
I
like that one.
I love it. It is my favorite jersey of all time. It is so when you collect jerseys, they call it your Grail jersey, and that's your top of the top. And this is mine. And it just so happened to show up on eBay one day, and I went, thank you very much. And I love it forever.
Mark, I'm about to burst your bubble.
Do it.
You do it.
The blackout Ohio State jerseys.
Oh, okay, well, good.
Oh, I got that. You want me to go get that?
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't your number one? I thought that was going to be competition because we all love Ohio State.
That was my number 2. I will say that. That was my number 2.
Okay.
It was really good. That was mine. Jason, you need to take your
that with the all black helmet in the scarlet, the bright scarlet reflective Buckeyes. Those Buckeyes make it. Yes, I love that jersey.
I'm literally wearing all Ohio State.
It is.
All right, there we go, guys. There's the jersey. I bought it off of Fanatics. Love this one. James, you were pick 3, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I forgot that count.
All right, back to Mark.
My favorite jersey of all time is going to be an alternate jersey used this year by none other than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it is their Bucko Bruce Tampa Bay orange jerseys.
What?
Oh, the creamsicle ones?
Yeah, those are dope.
You were about to disown us for picking the creamsicle jerseys. What the hell's wrong with you?
I wasn't gonna disown. I was gonna be really upset.
I was gonna disown Bo or Jason if they picked the Ohio State one before me, but
I wasn't even thinking college.
I didn't pick college.
Well, I wasn't either until Mark said before this, you could do an entire draft just on Oregon jerseys. And I was like, I know who has my favorite jersey.
You have one college, but it is not honorable mention. So
yeah. With the 5th pick in the jersey draft, I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles throwbacks to their Kelly Green jerseys.
Those are nice. Those are solid.
Those are solid. Those.
Bo, you picked a horrible jersey, by the way. It looks
no. The script Pittsburghs are.
You just picked 2 of the most off the wall jerseys I've ever heard.
Those are gorgeous jerseys.
You just like them because that's what Reggie White wore. He was a Packer.
He didn't wear Kelly Green.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Am I not thinking of the ugly green Philly jerseys? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, Reggie White played for the Packers
and the Eagles.
Well, I understand. He might have wore the Kelly Greens, but Reggie White's not even my favorite Packers player.
Dude, that looks like the color that they dyed the Chicago River during St. Patrick's Day.
Hey,
but listen, you know what? Let the people decide on your stupid, ugly jersey, okay?
Okay.
Anyway, moving on. Number, whatever am I? 6. I'm going to pick the Penguins stadium series, the ones where they played in Pittsburgh.
Which one?
Which one? One they played in Pittsburgh. Because Yeah, they wore the darks for both. It was because Philly did the black and orange. It was almost kind of like the Color Rush. It's the NHL's version of a Color Rush jersey.
Okay.
And it's a one I have, but it has the Philly patch on it. But it's the same jersey, just different patch.
I forgot that they did the one at Heinz Field. I was thinking you were talking about the powder blue or the dark blue ones.
Oh no, not the Winter Classic. Stadium Series.
Stadium Series. Okay, that's my bad. That is.
The jersey that James is talking about, it's not this exact one, but this one was based off of the Stadium Series one.
Mm-hmm. It's black and gold. I'll get it. I have the Philly one in my basement, but I'll go grab it.
You have a Philly jersey?
No, it's the Philly patch. So it's the dumb Keystone patch, whereas the one in Pittsburgh was the bridge.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I unfortunately don't have this one in my collection, but it is the old school Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Oh,
the old eggplant purple jerseys.
Those ones look like cartoon jerseys.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm gonna go grab that one.
Those are good.
Gorgeous.
Those are good ones, Jason.
Gorgeous, and I love it.
All right. I'm going to go with my 8th pick. Mark's probably going to say that I'm pandering here, but I'm also going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, but specifically, I'm going with their black Color Rush jerseys, the all black and like how James's is. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't like the Steelers, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah, this patch is the one where they played at Link Financial. The Pittsburgh one had
Heinz Field
circle. No, it had the Clemente Bridge on it.
Oh, okay.
It was really cool.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm taking the all black Color Rushes with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, it was going to be mine, but those two.
And then
pass up.
I gotta go with. Hold on, I want to make sure I get the team right. I can picture the jerseys. I'm pretty sure. I'm going baseball. I'm going with the powder blue Texas Rangers jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Nice. Those are nice.
Beautiful. Ones. Chef's kiss. Everything I love about a jersey.
Those are nice.
Amanda strongly disagrees.
Well, Amanda, the Red Sox suck.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Great comeback.
Just kidding. I love you. Jason, pick before your sister comes and kills me.
Gotcha. So my next pick is the diagonal Pittsburgh one. However, it is not the one that I am currently wearing.
You want the black one?
Yeah, the black one.
Yeah.
Their current alternate.
Yep.
All right. Mine is a throwback from the Steelers to a couple years ago. It is actually pre-Bumblebee. And it is very similar to Bo's pick of the Pittsburgh Color Rush, but it is the one with the Steelers wearing the gold helmets. I always thought the gold helmets was such a cool touch. Those are my favorite football uniforms, I think.
Yep, I agree with that.
Professional wise.
I am going to go with the 11th pick. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh.
Wait, you're the 12th pick.
Oh, okay, whatever.
I'm number 11. I can count now.
12. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Pirates old Sunday jerseys when they had the little bumblebee striped
hats and the mustard gold
yes
jerseys. Yeah, those are cool.
Now, are you picking the ones where they had the stars on either side of the P, or the ones without the stars?
I don't know. Kutch wore them. I don't know.
Go with the stars.
I've got the hat in the jersey upstairs. I've got the hat in the jersey upstairs. And then with the 13th pick, almost my last pick, I'm going to go with the Boston Red Sox marathon jerseys that were blue and yellow in their remembrance of the Boston Marathon. If you've never seen those jerseys, look them up. They are really good looking.
And I don't know. I only have one left, and I have 2 picks. I have no idea what I'm going to pick. I'm going to be really, really unoriginal and say
those are cool, Mark.
Yeah, I really like them. That was one of Amanda's picks as well.
I think I like the jersey, but I think I like the hat better. The hat's beautiful.
Yeah, it was a cool looking uniform.
My next pick are the Iowa Hawkeyes current jerseys, and that's because they have been the same jerseys since the 1970s when they copied the
Pittsburgh
first
Steelers.
great dynasty of the first great Super Bowl era dynasty.
Okay. All right.
And now I'm at a loss.
Jason?
Oh, shoot. So my next one is the newest NHL franchise, the Seattle Kraken. Specifically their home one. I don't have their home one, but I have the away one, so you can kind of get the gist. Just look at it. I mean, it's gorgeous. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
I don't care much for their colors, but their logo is really cool. I really do enjoy that.
I love everything about it.
It's and I really enjoy. If anybody listening has not ever looked up Climate Pledge Arena and what their plans are for the near future and then the extended future, it's a very interesting. It's very interesting what Amazon wants to do with the arena. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. So with my pick in the 4th round, I've been a fan of them. I was a fan of them for a while. I got to go with the Yankees pinstripes.
Oh, you're gonna win.
Amanda just puked.
Yeah, your wife's disowning me. I apologize, but they're iconic. You can't not pick them. I honestly,
favorites, not the most iconic, please.
I don't know how they made it this far without getting picked. And this last one,
but you're right, they are iconic.
This last one I'm really struggling with because I want to go soccer, but I'm going to go instead of. Let me find the year on this jersey real quick. I'm going with the 1994 to 1995 red Chicago Bulls.
Good old iconic uniform.
Yep. Red and black, script Chicago across the chest, the number 23 below it. Did you just say boo to Michael Jordan?
Yes.
No, he said boo because you're pandering again.
It's very true.
How could you not, listen.
That's why we said favorite, not iconic.
So if anybody listening,
because we were going iconic, I would say the Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers.
All right, fine. You want me to take that pick off and pick my soccer one then?
No.
I just want you to pick your favorites.
All right, fine. I'll get rid of the Chicago Bulls then.
Nope. It's too late. It's much too late.
It's already in.
All right, fine.
Move on.
Bo, for those of you listening, Bo doesn't like basketball. Bo just picks whoever is arguably the best basketball player currently in the NBA.
Yeah,
and
Michael Jordan's still in the NBA.
More statistics about them.
No, LeBron's your favorite player now, please.
Oh, yeah.
The best player in the NFL or NBA.
If you say anyone other than LeBron James is your favorite player, you're lying.
I've not watched an NBA game this season.
I don't care. I don't care.
Who's your favorite player in the NBA, Bo?
I don't have one.
Yeah, you do.
I don't watch the NBA. I watch college basketball. I'm a UNC Tar Heel fan.
Yes, Bo also is a college basketball fan.
I can't do that because I've watched 2 games. I watched them in the playoffs. That was it.
I watch college basketball.
I watch basketball fan in March.
Listen, I'm not Kyle over here that all he does is watch Notre Dame basketball, hockey, baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, he just doesn't want to admit that we're right and that LeBron James is his favorite NBA player.
You want me to change my pick?
No, I want you to admit that LeBron James is your favorite NBA player.
He used to be.
Oh, jeez. Is it now Luka Doncic or however you pronounce his name? Because
he's beautiful. He's a beautiful human being.
He is. He's a beautiful man.
He's awesome. All right, fine. I will change my pick just for you guys. Since you think I'm pandering.
No, you can't change your pick.
All right, fine. Whatever.
All right, moving on.
My last pick. Again, no one can call me a panderer because nobody's gonna vote for me.
Nobody can call Jason a panda.
Yeah, that too. I am in fact a human being. But the Winnipeg Jets heritage jersey, the dark blue with the old school Jets logo, the red, white, and blue stripes.
We'll have to look that up.
Oh, they're beautiful.
All right, mine are my last one. The Wheeling Nailers Pittsburgh Golds. So I like when I wasn't a fan when the Penguins did it, but I do not like Vegas Gold. I like the Pittsburgh Gold much better. I feel like it just fits better. So I love when the Nailers rock the Pens Knights and they wear the Pens colors.
Yep.
So Bo's favorite time of the year is March because Bo only watches college basketball in March.
Well, Mark, we were done. We were done.
No, he's not lying.
I never said he was wrong. I said we were done.
My favorite time of the year is happening in the next over the next few weeks, which is the college softball playoffs. And for my last jersey, it is the LSU Tigers softball jerseys, the Lady Tigers, specifically. When they combine two, it's an alternate uniform they use, and it is their yellow LSU jerseys with their purple pants and purple helmets. Good Lord above, are they wonderul.
I feel like those would be terrible, but
look them up.
Now I kind of want to see.
I know for sure they. I'm sorry. I know for sure they won them. They wore them last year in the SEC championship. I think is what they were playing in. But they purple jerseys, yellow jerseys, big purple LSU, purple pants. They looked wonderful.
Honorable mentions, real quick, if you have them.
Honorable mentions. Green Bay's alternates from last season, love them, probably because they finally did something that was actually their current colors and not blue, yellow, or brown.
Yeah.
And another one that I really, really enjoy, the Quebec Nordiques. Obviously, they're not a team anymore, but they had a really cool jersey and logo.
They had the maroon and white?
It was like the baby blue, maroon.
Yeah.
They had blue in there. Yeah.
For the reverse retro last year, Colorado brought that jersey back, but in the Avalanche colors, and it looked really good, and it sold out really quick.
Yeah.
And you can't find
I have two more, and then I'm done. The script Buckeyes jerseys for Ohio State basketball.
Yep.
And then my last one, Jason would know specifically the jersey I'm talking about, but it's the Minnesota Wild jersey. It was white, green, and yellow. They are gorgeous.
The guy that had it at the game last night.
Yep. That's where I fell in love with it.
Yes.
So
last night
for roughly 24 hours. I didn't even know they had it.
I've never seen it.
Games, look it up. It is a crisp and clean jersey.
And they basically did what Colorado did with the Nordiques jersey, and they brought back the old North Stars jersey.
Oh, okay.
But the logo is the Minnesota Wild current logo, which is beautiful, but recolorized.
One of the best.
In the old Minnesota North Stars colors. It was their reverse retro from last year. And it's another one that sold out very quick and makes me sad that I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, and no, I'll definitely look them up.
I talked last night. I think Minnesota's got the best logo. It's
so cool. There's something going on everywhere in it.
Yeah, It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
All right, I also have 4 honorable mentions as well.
Who do I?
I have the 2015 Oregon. They had the football team Oregon Ducks. They had the all yellow, black helmet, and then the black feathers on the top. Black gloves, black helmet. It was beautiful. FC Barcelona. They had it's their iconic the blue and maroon stripe up and down the jersey. I'm gonna go with obviously the Ohio State Buckeyes. The scarlet and gray. It's beautiful. And then one that might be off the wall for a lot of people listening. The Utah Jazz. They have their
You
know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's the one that it's like the color gradient. It starts at red and works its way up to yellow up the entire length of the jersey.
Yeah. That's actually kind of cool. I'm trying to visualize it, but I don't.
But it's not like it's a very harsh gradient.
It is.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's line segments like a rainbow. It's
so there's this version of it, James. I don't know if you can see my phone.
No, not at all. Oh, okay. That one is a little bit more defined like a rainbow.
Yes, there's that one, and then there's the newer one where it's got the black bottom and it works its way up, and then right at the top of the numbers where it says Utah across the top is when the gradient starts real quick, and the numbers are in bright yellow. Beautiful.
Yeah, those are pretty nice.
Those are sweet.
My 2 honorable mentions that I can think of are the University of Kentucky and TCU's, just because I love the dark metallic colors in jerseys. I just think the dark purple and the dark blue are so cool. I love that when Ohio State does a metallic red sometimes, like in their helmet accents and stuff like that. I'd love just metallic colors. I'm pretty much like a preschooler when it comes to like shiny things and colors. So
I'm going to Lexington this weekend. So
is that where they're out of? Is Lexington?
I did not mention it, but the Columbus Blue Jackets, dark like the navy blue jerseys with the cannon on them.
That's cool because of the cannon. I'm not a fan of navy blue. But
yeah, James. Real quick before Jason goes, you said you brought up the college and the metallic, and when you said Ohio State, how did we feel about the all red or the all scarlet?
It kind of grew on me as the game went along.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't
crazy about them. I would have much rather have them gone the blackout jerseys.
Yeah,
but I mean, like I said, they grew on me as the game went along. But the jersey didn't change. So
yeah, no, I like that it was a change though, because you look at Oregon, they have 75,000 different combinations that they can wear at any given game. Ohio State has like 10,
which is still a lot.
It's still a lot, but give us a little bit more. Like you're one of the top teams in the country. I mean, I know when you think about it, Alabama has 2 jerseys that they wear.
Yeah.
Like it's not all about it, but give us a little bit more.
Yeah. So my honorable mentions. The Colorado Avalanche alternate, which I know you guys don't know what it looks like, but I'll send you a picture. It's amazing. Last year, the Boston Celtics did a jersey that was based off of their championship banners, which is super cool because they're one of the few teams that could do that and pull it off and make it look good. But those were sick. Obviously, being a Celtics fan helps. But I know I'm in the minority on this one. But the Patriots' current home and away uniforms, I love them.
Patriots usually have some pretty slick look uniforms.
I think they are so much better than their previous one, the Brady era ones. I think they are so much better than that. And because the dark one, I believe it was their Color Rush jersey to begin with, and then they just adopted it into their home jersey, and then they came out with the white one, and just gorgeous. And my last one is the Penn State all white, the whiteout uniforms. I love them. I'm not a huge fan of all white jerseys, even though I'm wearing a pretty much all white jersey now. The Penn State all white, they do it right, and those are my honorable mentions.
They are pretty cool. I admit that. I was just going to say before we wrap up, if you guys enjoyed this conversation, go. I'll give a free plug to. They're not going to hear this, but if you go follow Uniswag on Instagram, they post updates, different pictures of new uniforms being worn throughout the year, NBA and MLB. Baseball or NFL, everything. They really hit their stride during college football season. But yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up for this evening. Make sure you go.
Drop one plug. I'll drop another. If you like uniforms, again, they're not gonna hear this, but Hooked on Helmets is a really cool TikTok to watch. He vaguely covers uniform history. I mean, obviously it's called Hooked on Helmets, so he specifically covers just the helmets of each current. Right now he's just doing NFL teams. I think he did touch on the Michigan Wolverines helmets. So he's done a few colleges, but very cool if you enjoy history. If you enjoy to look at old uniforms and like uniforms and definitely like to get a little background on the history of them.
Yes. I was actually going to bring that up earlier when you were talking about the stripes on the helmet for the Packers. But good plug. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you go like, subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Make sure you hit the bell. Ding! Oh, we got a little bit of an echo there. I liked it. Make sure you go listen, like, subscribe. Give us some feedback on what you want to hear us draft again, draft more of. What do you want to hear us talk about? Just going to give a little disclaimer. We are not experts in anything. So this is just basically our opinion.
We don't need that disclaimer.
Everybody should know this. But yeah, so go ahead and like, subscribe. Another little shameless plug here. Go like and subscribe and follow the OV Unknown podcast. We will be recording a new episode here very shortly.
Them guys need to record again.
Yeah, those Jagaloons have been taking some time off and has been unwarranted. So make sure you like, subscribe to both of our podcasts, and we will see you same time, same place. Bye-bye.